to the Owls and the Bluebirds fighting it out for 6th position in the Championship. Sheffield Wednesday, if they avoid defeat, will book that final playoff spot. But if Cardiff can win here, it will go to the final day. Glorious sunshine. It was pouring down just about an hour or so ago. There is Forestieri. Switched out wide by Hooper. Now Hunt. Bannon having a fine season for Sheffield Wednesday. That's harmless. Scored a beauty last week at Derby, Barry Bannon. Also named in the Championship team of the season. He might need a new camera. Barry Bannon saying he is the happiest he's ever been. And was it not for this man here, David Marshall, Cardiff may well be around mid-table. He has been in fantastic form. In fact, we've got 2 excellent goalkeepers on show today. Now, Wednesday on the move with Hooper, and Forestieri could be in. Steadies himself, pulls it back for Zhao, a complete miss-kick. And stabbed away by Connolly. But an early warning for Cardiff. Here in Westwood, 1 clean sheet away from equalling the club record, 17 clean sheets. It is a very attack-minded lineup that Carlos Cavalier has gone for today. They're all notoriously slow starters, though. And Cardiff will be hoping to take advantage of that. Here is Lopez. Connolly, who's been promoted from the Championship on 4 separate occasions. Once with Cardiff, also gone up with Queen's Park Rangers, Reading and Watford. Can he make it 5? Cardiff definitely the rank outsiders in this 2-horse race for 6th position. And the ball escapes the clutches of Anthony Pilkington, who's got a very good scoring record against Sheffield Wednesday. And in the last couple of months, having to play a striker's role. He is a winger by trade, but following the departures of Kenwyn Jones and Joe Mason in January, Russell Slade didn't have a great deal left. There is Lucas Zhao, a very exciting young Portuguese striker. Blistering pace, possibly has got him his selection today. Centre forward. This is Kenneth Zohore. Push it on for Pilkington, but played behind him. Kieran Lee has become a vital cog in that Wednesday midfield this season. Now Bannon, who really can pick out a pass when he wants to. We find Zhao. Hooper tries to pick up the loose ball. Padil, a beauty of a pass into Lucas Zhao. We'll have a go. It was scuffed. Here's Lee. It's been a very bright start from Sheffield Wednesday. Lee, Forestieri. Padil has pulled out wide for him, but here's Kieran Lee. Here's Bannon, lovely flick, in for Zhao. He'll go for the corner. Well, he's been heavily involved already, Lucas Zhao. Bannon, lovely flick into Zhao. Tries to get the shot away, but deflected for the corner. Louvens and Lees have both come up from the back. The corner is short. We'll get another bite at this one. Craig Noon with the interception. Sheffield Wednesday without a win in their last 4 matches. They've drawn the last 3. But at home, have been very, very strong this season. And he goes to the corner, and it's just over from Louvens. Oh, what a moment that would have been to register his first Sheffield Wednesday goal. Makes an excellent run to the front post, Glenn Loovens, a player who was idolised during his time with the Bluebirds. And it's ended up with Pilkington down on the turf here. And a respite of sorts for Cardiff with this injury to Anthony Pilkington. Loovens makes a charge for that front post, and Pilkington collides with his own player. That's the reaction of Carlos Cavalial on the sidelines. Last week's win over Bolton for Cardiff was their first win in 5 games. They have not travelled well this season. Their form on the road isn't typical of a team that is challenging for a playoff spot. Just 5 wins on their travels. They've actually had a decent record against teams in the top 6. They've taken 14 points off teams in those positions. Beaten Middlesbrough, drawn with Burnley twice, beaten Brighton, beaten Derby. There's the Loovens chance again, and Pilkington colliding with his own player and walking gingerly at the moment, and that would be a huge blow if Russell Slade was to lose him so early on in the game as well. It is worth noting that Sheffield Wednesday haven't beaten any side in the top 7 this season. 8 draws, 3 defeats is their record. Pilkington just trying to run off the injury on the sidelines here. Be desperate to get back involved. So Hall with the flick on, away by Padil. Peltier looking for the run of Noon. Loovens can let it run. Well, Craig Noon on his day can be a match winner. Pilkington back into the fray, but not looking too comfortable. I think he knows actually that he may well have to come off. He just looked to the heavens there and clearly doesn't feel right. Shake of the head as well. He really is struggling to run this one off, Anthony Pilkington. And I think Cardiff may well have to make a change before long. Here's Hunt for Sheffield Wednesday. Now Leeds. Loovens. Kieran Lee. Hunt getting clear of Whittingham. Always positive when he gets the ball, the right back. And cleared away by Malone. Sheffield Wednesday trying to set their stall out here and play with a high tempo. They do have a lot of pace out there. This is Hooper, and now Bannon. Reaches Forestieri. Bannon's first time ball. Once again as Sheffield Wednesday try and mount another attack here. Padil. Searching ball for Lucas João to chase down. And Sean Morrison taking no chances. Padil's throw. João lost it. O'Keefe trying to clear, but João's onto the second one. And David Marshall able to drop on it at his near post. Once described as the best goalkeeper outside of the Premier League, David Marshall. I don't think too many would argue with that. Cashwick. Shifted wide to Noon. Up against Padil. And Forestieri tracking back, able to take it off his toe. Here's Hooper. Bannon. Forestieri couldn't get on the end of it, but he has got a throw from it. Hails from the same town as Lionel Messi, Fernando Forestieri, and they do call him Fessi around these parts. He is known as the Messi of the Championship. Hooper. Now Peltier. Here's O'Keefe. Noon. Rather scuffed ball forward. Cut out by Louvens. And Lopez had a fine game against Derby a week ago. Now Lee. Hunt. Wednesday just waiting for their moment. Trying to move this Cardiff team from one side of the pitch to the other. They've dominated possession so far, and they've looked the more dangerous as well. They are guaranteed their highest league finish since dropping out of the Premier League 16 years ago now. Would you believe that they fell out of football's top flight? Towards clearance, high towards Zhao, headed away by Connolly. If Wednesday could get to Wembley, they'd be guaranteed at least 40,000 spectators there. They went to Cardiff and beat Hartlepool a few years ago. They took 40,000, that was some sight at the Millennium Stadium. Lee Bullen, who's actually on the coaching staff here, skippered the team that day to glory. 12 minutes in, no goals. In a game that Cardiff City cannot afford to lose. Lopez. Now Zhao. Deal into Forestieri. Hooper runs into Connolly. Cardiff do play it forward, it's just not sticking up there for them at the moment, which has to be a concern for Russell Slade. It's inviting more pressure. Trying to get numbers behind the ball when Wednesday have got it. Bannon spots the run of Zhao. His route to the ball cut off, and it's safely back in the hands of David Marshall. This, you would argue, is Cardiff's biggest game since their trip to the Stadium of Light a couple of years ago, where they had to win to keep their Premier League survival hopes alive. They actually lost 4-0 on that occasion, which put them back in the second tier of English football. Marshall going long here. Pilkington with a deft header through to Kieran Westwood. Deal last summer, Kieran Westwood, which delighted all Sheffield Wednesday followers. An excellent signing for them. Made 2 or 3 fantastic saves last weekend at Derby. 17 clean sheets last season, 16 this. It's Peltier with this Cardiff City throw. Lopez. Now Hunt. Bannon. No real pressure on the ball from Cardiff, which is allowing Wednesday to move it around quite neatly. Lopez into Hooper. Padil. Forestieri. There's always at least one option on Wednesday. Have the ball. Bannon. Forestieri. He's popping up in little pockets of space. Fernando Forestieri. Bannon. Forestieri looking in the middle. Showers in there. Cleared by Peltier. Collected by Lopez. Cardiff cannot get a kick at the moment. Leeds. Forestieri over on the right at the minute. He's pretty much given a free roll by his coach. So Cavalier wanting more protection for his star man. He's been given some rough treatment by opposition sides this season. This is Hunt though, trying to get beyond Malone, and he has to the byline. Hooper is in there, teeing up Padil! Plenty of power on it, but not on target. It goes down as a good chance, this. Nobody watching Daniel Padil right on the edge of the box. He kicks across the ball and slices it wide of the goal. He's got 2 goals since coming in on loan from Watford. Daniel Padil, he will be at the Euros this summer with the Czech Republic. Tom Lee's header. Here is Zhao looking to spin away from Morrison. He's done well. Forestieri. Kieran Lee. Ball got caught under his boots. But Malone's under pressure by 2 in blue and white. And he's conceded the throw. Bannon. Challenge going in from O'Keefe. A little bit clumsy, that one. Challenge on Lopez. He's nowhere near the ball. Clear foul, but that is all. No further punishment from Paul Tierney, the referee. Bannon to Hunt. Faced by Whittingham. Out it goes to Kieran Lee. Cardiff have dealt with it, but they are under severe pressure here. Bannon's cross in. Padil coming round the back. He's heading towards the corner flag, but he had a very good run there, Daniel Padil. On the blind side as well. But Pilkington continues to struggle. He's battled on for as long as he could, Anthony Pilkington. Strange injury as well when he collided with his own player, so it's down to Sammy Amiobi to come on in his place. Be devastated, Anthony Pilkington, given what's at stake and given his record against Sheffield Wednesday. And he departs with only 18 minutes played at Hillsborough. And Sammy Amiobi is on a season-long loan deal from Newcastle. Comes on in his place. He's got just the 1 goal for Cardiff this season. Now they need him to get one today. He's scored actually since the opening month of the season, Sammy Amiobi. Rubin's beating him in the air there, to Cashwe. Firm challenge in midfield by Kieran Lee, but Cardiff managed to keep the ball. Here's Morrison. Zhao closing him down. Morrison had no alternative but to go back to David Marshall, and Peter Whittingham fails to keep it in play. Sheffield Wednesday go to Wolves next weekend. Cardiff host Birmingham. Wednesday will be hoping to go to Molineux a week today without any pressure on them at all. Cardiff may well have other ideas. Peltier reaches Amiobi. O'Keefe, Ikashwi. Hooper just got enough on the ball. Zhao, who loves to play on the shoulder, looking to receive this. Hooper. He's got Bannon to his right, but he pulls the trigger! Desperately unlucky from Gary Hooper. Marshall well beaten. But it's the closest we've come to the opening goal. And Wednesday keep it through Bannon, looking for Zhao in the middle. Sent on its way by O'Keefe. Cardiff living dangerously. Louvens. Lopez trying to find Lucas Zhao. Marshall able to clear, but Cardiff thanking their lucky stars at the moment. Whittingham, lovely ball out to Noon. Really can make things happen on his day. It's Noon, and it's comfortable for Westwood in the end. Immediately kicked downfield by Westwood to Zhao, who struggles to control it. There is Amiobi. Touch too heavy though. Wednesday definitely dictating the game at the moment. Daniel Padilla. Out of play. Cardiff throw, but Gary Hooper. A lick of paint away from giving Sheffield Wednesday a crucial lead in this one. It's a lovely strike, and Marshall was grasping at thin air. Comes back off the base of the post. And Cardiff are still alive, but only just. He was overlooked in last season's player final, Gary Hooper for Norwich. For him, that was the final straw. I think that's when he knew he had to move on elsewhere. He played a key part actually in Norwich's run to the final. 12 goals in their promotion campaign. Challenge from Noon on Lopez. Oh, and that's a late one from O'Keefe. And the yellow card is out immediately. I spoke earlier on about rough treatment for Fernando Forestieri. And he gets one there from O'Keefe. He was suspended for back-to-back games. Fernando Forestieri does have a reputation for going down easily. But certainly Carlos Gavalial feels being harshly treated in recent weeks. Cashway attempting to get it back to his keeper. He apologises straight away to David Marshall because he made a right mess of the header. Here's Hunt. Bannon. Full width of the pitch here. Forestieri showed too much of it to O'Keefe. He's got Noon to his right. Noon against Padilla. Two in the middle. Towards Zahor at the far post. Kieran Lee had it covered. Now Whittingham. Ikashwi, the South African. Suddenly the momentum of the Cardiff attack is lost, but I'll try again. Dekashwi is offside. He's been with the club since 2014. Kagisho Dekashwi never scored for Cardiff. Almost 3.5 years now since he last scored a goal. From a Fulham and Crystal Palace player. In the side today, in the absence of Joe Rawls. Still no goals in the Steel City. Chow going up for it, has won the throw. Jack Hunt. And a through for Zhao, flag up on him. Lovely idea from Barry Bannon. The assistant well placed to spot that Lucas Zhao had straight offside. It's a rapid pace that he's got, Lucas Zhao. It will be a nightmare for that Cardiff back line. Russell Sloyd with his arms folded. Wondering how his team can leave here with maximum points today. They haven't shown a great deal in an attacking sense. They've been under the cosh for the majority of the game so far. Maybe they can change things now as it's played out to noon. Running up Padil, winning a corner off Padil. That's a bit more like it from a Cardiff point of view. Peter Whittingham, now in his 10th season with the club, has come across to take this corner kick. What a servant he's been. He has had opportunities to move on elsewhere in the past, but always opted to stay with the Bluebirds. Whittingham's corner, right over Kieran Westwood, who palms it partially clear. Now Forestieri trying to hold things up, and he's got a free kick from it. Forestieri challenge there with Malone. And O'Keefe involved as well. He's got to be careful on a yellow card, remember. Doesn't like to get stuck in. Stuart O'Keefe. Westwood takes the free kick, aimed at Hooper. And has got there ahead of Malone as well somehow. Hunt. Bannon. Looking for the run of Hunt once more, just too much on it. The one thing you can't do is allow Barry Bannon time on the ball. Terrific eye for a pass. And if Cardiff don't get close to him, he could well be punished. Foul under Dekashwi by Hooper. In their last 8 for Cardiff, Brentford and Fulham, both away from home, both by the same scoreline. 2-1 they've been beaten. 3 of those 4 goals have all come in the last 7 minutes. Free kick is tossed in the general direction of Noon, but Padil was there first. Forestieri, lovely ball into Zhao. See what he can do here. We've got Peltier snapping at him and run out of ideas in the end. Lucas Zhao. O'Keefe for Cardiff. There's Peltier. Now Amiobi bounces off his shin. Well, he will be a Premier League player next season, Sammy Amiobi. He'll still be in the Championship, depending what Newcastle can do. I'm sure he'll have a keen interest as to how his parent club is getting on this afternoon. Oh, Peltier going down here, and Forestieri is going to get booked here. It's right under the referee's gaze, that one. And Peltier laid flat out on the turf. Forestieri making his case, but it won't get him anywhere. Well, the fans don't like it, and their star player gets punished. And my word, is he being punished in the last couple of months, Fernando Forestieri. It's a yellow for that challenge on Peltier. His eyes are on the ball. Yellow card deemed necessary by Paul Tierney. Peltier is taking a whack to the side of the head. Has been some signing. £3 million they spent on him. And he has come up with some real moments of genius for the blue and white of Sheffield Wednesday. Cardiff holding firm here. Remember, they have to win this. Whittingham on set-piece duty. Right down the middle of the box. It was Hooper's touch. Amiobi. Can't find anybody in red. Hacked away by the former Cardiff man, Louvens. And Zahor unable to make it stick when it comes to him. Forestieri. Played behind Zhao. Not quite on the same page on that occasion. This is noon, though. Amiobi against Louvens. De Cashwe. They've got numbers forward here, Cardiff, as well. It's Whittingham's strike! Well, it was firm and true, but wide off that left-hand post of Kieran Westwood. Well wide of it. 6 goals this season for Peter Whittingham, but none more important than the one he got in stoppage time against Bolton a week ago, which has given Cardiff this chance, a chance that Russell Slade has described as wonderful but slim. I did say Russell Slade after that win over Bolton a week ago, if he had any hair, he'd have pulled every one of them out. Now Forestieri. And enough of a touch from Morrison. Puts it behind for the Wednesday corner. Once more, Lees and Louvens trotting forward from the back for this one. Padil is in there as well, look. There is Tom Lees. Lopez delivering, and it's Tom Lees, and it's over. All of his 3 goals this season have come at Hillsborough for Tom Lees. Had a terrific campaign. It's been an excellent signing for Sheffield Wednesday, the former Leeds player. High by Malone. Zohore waiting for it to drop. Away by Hunt. Lee back to Westwood. Zohore steering it wide for Whittingham. Played in towards Zohore again, and Badil defends it brilliantly. And Kieran Westwood, whenever he gets the ball, is looking to release the pace of Lucas João, trying to get him clear of that Cardiff back line. This is Hooper, who's hit the post in this match. Badil. Interesting. Picked up by David Marshall. 6 years now he's been with the club. 31 years of age. Just wonder how true those reports of the Everton link were. Wouldn't surprise me. Cashwick. Peltier. To switch it out to the left. Hunt. Thought about letting it run for the throw, but he's kept it in. João here, tangling with Morrison. And they've got the free kick eventually. Comes out, and Morrison across the chest of Lucas João. Free kick taken quickly. Hunt and Niobe having to do some defensive work. Now Zohore. Cashwick in firmly, and away by Westwood. Anthony Pilkington now having to be a spectator, having gone off early in this match. Malone for Whittingham. Leuven's getting a knee to it. Now Forestieri. Cashwick with an important touch. Noon. Brings it out for the throw. Noon complaining that it hit Forestieri last. His protests have fallen on deaf ears. Wednesday fans trying to raise the volume levels here. Cavalier speaking about how they can be a 12th man. Hooper, and now Bannon. Overlapping is Hunt. It's Bannon who'll curl one. Well, he's got a wicked left foot, Barry Bannon. Knew exactly what he wanted to do. It's well wide of the mark. But he doesn't score simple tap-ins, Barry Bannon. Now Paul Tierney having a word with Cardiff's goalkeeper and captain, David Marshall. And perhaps trying to get Marshall to calm one or two of his colleagues down. Malone having his 2 pennies worth. 6 minutes to go to half-time. As it stands, Sheffield Wednesday will confirm their place in the top 6. A draw will do it for them. O'Keefe. And Niobe heads it straight to Tom Lees. Now this might break for Zohore. There's no flag, but his touch was awful. What a chance. I don't think he was expecting it, but regardless, he should have done better there, Kenneth Zohore. It was presented to him on a plate. Noon. Great feet. He can just scoop it in. Will it reach Zohore? It won't. Lee's able to clear. And Morrison's headed it straight to Hooper. Now Lee can lead the charge. It's a lovely ball through. Ings perfect. In fact, it's Hooper. And still, all the credit has to go to Sean Morrison, who slides in to block the shot. What a ball initially, though, into Hooper, who got 2 bites at it, and eventually off Connolly and behind for the corner kick. It's another let-off. Cardiff with more defending to do. Bannon's corner. Amiobi could have gone anywhere. Didn't get a great connection on that one. And now Malone blocks the Padil cross. It's a corner on the opposite side. Lucas Zhao able to share a joke with Lee Peltier. Lopez delivers this time. Away by Morrison. Bannon all the way back to Westwood. And Lopez won't get to that one. The flag was up anyway. And by this stage, earlier in the season, back in Wales, Cardiff were 2-0 up. Needed a second-half fight back from Sheffield Wednesday to leave Cardiff with a point. And they are unbeaten, Cardiff, in their last 6 meetings with the Owls. Beaten on their last 2 visits here, never gone 3 unbeaten at Hillsborough in their entire history of Cardiff City. Here's Dekashwi. And the bounce of the ball gets the better of Zohore. Smashed away by Hunt. And Lucas Zhao is going to chase this one down, and Connolly is struggling. But he's got there just. That's a good ball from Dekashwi. Malone, Whittingham. Cardiff looking to finish with a flourish here just before half-time. It's Zohore. Good block from Louvens, kept alive by Amiobi. And it's a corner. And Cardiff just letting Sheffield Wednesday know they will not get this their own way. Whittingham to take. Can he find a good delivery? Oh, Morrison wrestled to the floor in the box by Tom Lees. Fair old tussle that one, but in fairness, Morrison doesn't complain. Might have been a great deal in it, probably looked worse than it was as Kieran Lee gets clipped by Whittingham. And Jack Hunt has an injury here. Here's the tussle between Lees and Morrison, and as suspected, not a great deal in it. Forestieri complaining about something. Kieran Westwood now having a chat with Paul Tierney. Wednesday have got a free kick. I'd love to know what's being discussed there. I think he's refereed it quite sensibly so far. Forestieri has been caught on the head. whether it's by an opposing player or something else, I'm not entirely sure, but not happy. The deal heading in field. There'll be 2 minutes added on at the end of the first half. Hits Sahor on the back, which has put Wednesday back on the ball. Hunt for Bannon. Bannon. Hooper. And now Louvens. This one's aimed for Lucas João. Connolly behind it with a firm header. Cashwe. Peltier being hassled by Lucas João. Noon's first time ball. Asking a lot of Kenneth Sahor. Oh, and Noon puts it into the path of Hooper. Here's Bannon. João. Switched out to Hunt. Way too high. Probably about it for the first half. And this is why Wednesday are so upset. Just have a look there as Forestieri is caught on the back of the head. I don't think anything malicious was taking place there. Malone trying to hurdle over the Wednesday player and caught Forestieri in the back of the head. O'Keefe stabbed onto Whittingham. Noon. Oh, it's not a great looking ball. Neal sliding in. Half time, and Sheffield Wednesday are halfway to booking their place in the playoffs. Gary Hooper smacked the base of the post. Wednesday's best chance of the half by some distance. Cardiff, remember, need to win. But so far, so good for Sheffield Wednesday. Half-time at Hillsborough in the race for 6th spot. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Cardiff City 0. In terms of clear-cut opportunities, well, there weren't too many of them. And Wednesday will kick towards the Kop in this second half. This could well decide their fate. Can they take their ticket for the end of season lottery, or will they have to wait a week longer? Wednesday going to Wolves a week today, Cardiff home to Birmingham. No changes at the break by either manager, but remember Cardiff lost Anthony Pilkington early in that first half. He had to be replaced by Sammy Amiobi. Here's Louvens. His current team could inflict some real heartbreak on his former club today. Kieran Lee. So there's over 30,000 in here. I thought the crowd actually in the first half were a little flat, perhaps a few nerves in the stands. It was deafening at kick-off time. So I'm sure the players will be looking towards the crowd to give them a lift in what is a big second half. Kieran Lee. Hooper. Here's Bannon. Will be interesting if it enters into the last 15 or 20 minutes and it's still level. What does Sheffield Wednesday do then? Do they stick or do they twist? Wednesday do score the most of their goals after the restart. 13 goals here before the interval this season. Twice that amount after the restart. Padil. Now Lee. Hooper joining in. Bannon. Nudge down the line for Hunt. Too much of it to Whittingham, and it's broken for the Cardiff goal kick. Well, Peter Whittingham is one of the players that perhaps Cardiff will be looking towards today to conjure up a piece of magic. Pretty much seen it all throughout his time in Wales, Peter Whittingham. Lopez has got his chance in midfield. Sam Hutchinson has been out for several weeks with glandular fever. Hutchinson back on the bench today. Up until his illness, he really was a key player for Carlos Cavalier in the centre of the park. Sam Hutchinson. Alex Lopez on a season loan from Celta Vigo in La Liga. This is Lees. Over the top for Hooper, who's offside. He's got 11 goals for Sheffield Wednesday this season, Gary Hooper, but they have dried up of late. Only one in his last 12 appearances. And his move from Norwich permanent in January. Gary Hooper, player who can rely on to get goals, particularly at this level. The Cashwe for Cardiff, looking for Amiobi. Snuffed out by Lopez. And Westwood's kick has turned into a really good ball for Lucas João. So Peltier steals it from him. Wednesday throw. Been on the losing side whenever he scored, Lucas João. Daniel Padil. Take this throw in for Sheffield Wednesday. And he's found Forestieri. Kind of wriggle his way across the byline. He's lost it. Well, nobody picked him up here. Fernando Forestieri. Steals in behind Peltier. It's all very tight. Tries to flick it round Connolly and runs it behind. Carlos Cavalier recently signed a new deal with Sheffield Wednesday, details of which were not disclosed. But, that made the fans very happy. Nobody knew who he was before he came to England, but they certainly do now. Quite a start in English football as Kieran Lee is fouled by O'Keefe, who, remember, was booked in the first half. Has to be very, very careful, Stuart O'Keefe. The Southend and Crystal Palace player. Started his career with Ipswich. $31,843 is the attendance here. Bannon lifts it over the top. I think it is Wednesday's biggest league crowd of the season. Second only to Arsenal here in the League Cup, which was a memorable night, of course. They beat Arsene Wenger's side 3-0 back in October. Lees beating Amiobi in the air, but here's Peltier. Noon lifting it into the middle, looking for Zahor. Hunt getting there ahead of Whittingham. Stopped in his tracks by Malone. He's been to a playoff final before. He's part of the Huddersfield team that beat Sheffield Wednesday's cross-city rival, Sheffield United, a few years back, down at Wembley in the League One final. Still nothing to separate them, but the scoreline favouring Sheffield Wednesday at the moment. Malone. Received by Amiobi. He handballed it as it came to him. Wednesday beaten just twice here at Hillsborough this season. Middlesbrough and Rotherham, the two teams to have left here with maximum points. Here's Hooper onto Forestieri, and Connolly went in with the challenge. And the card is out for Connolly. Well, the players surrounding Paul Tierney. I think it is only yellow for Connolly. Forestieri is in full flow here. Clearly gets tripped by Connolly. Well, it's very late from the Cardiff centre-back. Connolly has escaped with just a yellow card. Wednesday fans were baying for blood. But Connolly is still on the field of play. This is in a terrific position. There is only one man for the job, and Fernando Forestieri is that man. Anxious moments here. Forestieri in front of the Kop. Getting his focus. Has served up so many magical moments in what's been a terrific campaign so far. Does he have another one up his sleeve? No. Whenever he gets into positions like that, Fernando Forestieri, the crowd gets out of their seats. But there's a man down here. I think it's Sean Morrison, it is. Something off the ball. The last thing that Russell Slade needs is another injury, having already lost Anthony Pilkington. I don't think Cardiff will be too disappointed that they are level at this point. I'm sure Russell Slade would take a scenario where it's still level heading into the last 15 minutes or so. Maybe it's all part of the game plan. Stay in the game as long as possible and really go for it in the last 15 or 20 minutes. That's Andy Rhodes, Sheffield Wednesday's goalkeeping coach there, deep in conversation with the officials. Seems to have quite a few conversations, Paul Tierney, with certain individuals today. I don't think he's had a bad game, to be fair. Well, some Wednesday fans might disagree with Connolly still on the pitch after that foul on Forestieri. Morrison is off the pitch and waiting to come back on. And he's ushered on now. Whittingham lifted onto Amiobi, who's onside. Amiobi, and now Noon. Lifts it over the top. Nobody there. I think the intention was to try and get it wide to Whittingham again. Came to nothing in the end. The Cardiff fans in the Leppings Lane end with nothing to cheer on that occasion. Glorious sunshine in the Steel City. It is meant to be the best day of the bank holiday weekend. So we're back to snow and sleet tomorrow. Here's Zhao. Trying to find Hooper. Poor clearance from Dekashwi. Straight to Bannon. He's got a line of red to contend with here. Hunt offering support. Sent up in the air by Morrison. Away by Dekashwi. Pounced on by Lopez. Bannon. Badil's cross. Out by Connolly. Now O'Keefe. Foul by Kieran Lee. Marshall having a word with the referee now. Here's Marshall who takes the free kick. Scott Malone. Now Kenneth Zohore. Whittingham. Dekashwi. Breaks down in a good area for Cardiff, and Wednesday breaking clear with Forestieri. Now Lucas Zhao. Floated out to Hunt. Fails to gather it. It's not been the rip-roaring kind of game that many would have expected. Fans trying to do their bit. Wonder whether Wednesday might get caught between two stools, whether to sit on what they've got or really go for the win. The longer it goes, the more it will prey on their minds. Noon here looking to close down Badil. Safely back to Kieran Westwood. He's not had a great deal to do. Having said that, Marshall's not been too busy either. Not in terms of saves that he's had to make. Still, that Gary Hooper effort is the best of the game so far, that came back off the post in the first half. Dekashwi. Rolled on to Amiobi. Good advantage from the referee as Amiobi went down. Noon with a chance to run at Badil. Steps on the inside of Louvens and bends one, and pattered down by Westwood. With O'Keefe waiting to pounce in case anything came his way. Cardiff need to see more of that from Craig Noon. Hooper. Now Hunt for Sheffield Wednesday. Hooper and Zhao waiting in the box. Kieran Lee is in there now as well. Daniel Badil. Hooper. Picked up by Forestieri, who's been challenged by Dekashwi. Breaks now for O'Keefe. Whittingham. Cardiff can get towards the halfway line. Amiobi. To weave his way in field and gets caught. I think Cardiff are definitely trying to take this to the last 15 or 20 minutes. Make life as awkward as they can, and they are going to have to make a change here. It's the end of Sean Morrison's afternoon. And Bruno Ekweli-Manga, who's only just recovered from suspected malaria, he's going to come on in Morrison's place. So if Cardiff do take it to the last weekend, it has come at a price, with Pilkington and now Morrison having to go off. And it's the Gabon international Bruno Ekweli-Manga who's thrown into the action here. We played 62 minutes. Bluebirds free kick meanwhile taken by Malone. Connolly was up there, so too was Louvens. Forestieri trying to get clear of Peltier, not managing to do it. Peltier's cross, Louvens behind it once again. Forestieri, challenge from behind by Peltier, who claims he got the ball. Forestieri definitely feels that he is a marked man at the moment, not just in this game, but in recent ones as well. And Ati Niuiu, meanwhile, is being told to get ready by Sheffield Wednesday. That'll be the next change coming up. Big Austrian striker will be the next to make his entrance. Here is Padil, trying to find Hooper. Kieran Lee, lovely ball. Padil, spilled by Marshall! And Gary Hooper is there on the follow-up! The door to the playoffs has been ripped off its hinges! And all Wednesday need to do now is walk right through it! 63 minutes in, at the Kop end, it's Gary Hooper who raises the roof at Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday look like they've got their ticket for the end of season lottery. Padil's shot spilled by Marshall, gobbled up by Gary Hooper. Is it season over for Cardiff City? It will be, unless they can find 2 goals. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Cardiff City 0. Of all the goals he's scored this season, I doubt there are any more crucial than that one. Gary Hooper makes it 12 goals for Sheffield Wednesday and makes it a very difficult watch for Russell Slade. Here's Peltier. If Cardiff had to go for it before, they really have to throw caution to the wind now. They are playing to keep their season alive, and it will come to an end pretty soon unless they can get themselves back in this, and fast. Cashwe out to Noon. It's a poor ball in from Craig Noon. It's Wednesday on the break. Hooper looking to get Zhao on his way, but plays straight into Aqueli Manga. Oh, that will have calmed any nerves, that goal from Gary Hooper. Remember, they can still afford to draw this game, Sheffield Wednesday, but they are in a very strong position now. As it stands, they can go to Wolves next weekend and really enjoy themselves. Their season is about to be extended. Ati Niuiu is waiting to come on. The goal has delayed his entrance, but Lucas Zhao will be the man to be withdrawn. Not on here towards Sahor, touch back inside, and lost by Malone. He lost sight of the ball. Looking very promising there, but it's Zhao at the other end trying to get clear of Aqueli Manga. And Connolly quickly on the scene to mop things up. Lopez for Kieran Lee. Bannon. Wednesday don't have to do anything silly now. Bannon. The goal scorer, Hooper. Zhao. Nicely worked. Kieran Lee. Forestieri. Thought about it. Rolled in towards Hooper. Aqueli Manga is behind it. And Kashwe can steer it wide to Whittingham. Malone, Zahor, Amiobi. Noon's got space over on the right if he can find him. He has found him. Still Noon! Comfortable for Westwood. Oh, listen to the noise around Hillsborough now. How the atmosphere has changed after that Gary Hooper goal. Now in a wrestling match with Aquali Manga. And the Cardiff man has come off second best. Wednesday have the free kick. And it's actually Fernando Forestieri that's been taken off here. And maybe, just maybe, Carlos Cavalier is already starting to think about the playoffs. Well, he can't believe his number is up. He doesn't want to come off. But Wednesday's star player has perhaps been kept fresh for the big games that are still to come. A standing ovation for him. They absolutely love this fella. His name is being chanted to the rafters here as he leaves the pitch. He might not like coming off, but he will still have a major role to play, Fernando Forestieri, in Sheffield Wednesday's quest for top-flight football. And big Ati Nuyu, who can be a real handful. And he's thrown on in his place, and on in time for this Barry Bannon free kick. Sent in towards Nuyu. Oh, what an impact that would have been. First touch as well. The header straight at Marshall. And Noon in pursuit of the ball here for Cardiff. He's been doubled up. Tries to roll it inside for O'Keefe. Cleared by Louvens. This is a great chance for Ati Nuyu. Peels away to the back post. Headed straight into the hands there of David Marshall. What a substitution that would have been. Coming on and scoring with the first touch. Whittingham looking for Noon. Stab clear. Whittingham. Noon once more. He is Cardiff's best outlet. Wriggle his way across the byline. He doesn't win the corner. But at first I thought he had done. The right call from the officials. It's a very good spot. Wednesday making another change here. Lucas Zhao is indeed coming off. And Jeremy Elan, who's only recently come back from a loan spell with Wolves, is coming on. Change for Cardiff as well. Kadeem Harris.
I'll help you in. They just keep throwing it on me, so yeah.
He's coming on for them. Dekashwi departs for Cardiff, who make their change first. Confirmation of Kadeem Harris's arrival into the match. Wednesday perhaps have decided against making their change for now. Daniel Padil looks as though he's clutching his hamstring somewhat. This is Zhao, headed on looking for Hooper. It'll break here for Nuyu. And Peltier denies him. Cardiff have 19 minutes to find 2 goals. Nuyu. Zhao on the stretch. Looking for Hooper. Didn't come off. On the evidence of what we've seen from Cardiff going forward, it looks highly unlikely that they'll get 2 goals. Never mind 1. Whittingham. Aqueli Manga. Lifted high, Amiobi is up there. Tom Lee's got there, but Amiobi will keep it. Here's Noon. Tossed in high, Malone's up from the back. Jack Hunt's able to clear to touch. There, that's the Wednesday physio, Paul Smith. Now, did he prevent Malone from getting to the ball, which is why Malone, he did look. Well, a yellow card for Malone. You can understand why Malone is upset. And Wednesday's physio here has been lectured by Paul Tierney. Well, the camera doesn't lie, and Paul Smith definitely kicked that ball away. There, look. And the push from Malone in the back of Paul Smith gets him a yellow card. Here's Whittingham for Cardiff. Time running out on their season. It will end here unless they can turn this round. Cries of going to Wembley around Hillsborough, perhaps a little bit premature. A lot of hard work to come before then. Marshall trying to get this ball behind, and Hooper's stolen it from him. Marshall is still in no man's land. Was there a foul? Possibly. Certainly the cop felt so. Hooper. Oh, it's in! Lucas Yao makes sure on the line. Gary Hooper will take all of the plaudits. Well, they've done it now. Sheffield Wednesday will be in the playoffs. David Marshall has been so magnificent for Cardiff all season long, possibly has just cost his team any chance of turning this round. All the celebrations for Gary Hooper. But what was David Marshall thinking here? Possibly a foul in the build-up to it all. Great vision from Hooper over Marshall's head. If anything, it might have been Peltier with the final touch. Not that it matters to Sheffield Wednesday. The job is done now. They have got their ticket for the end of season lottery. This is not something that David Marshall will want to see back. Hooper too strong for him. Peltier might just have got the final touch, difficult to tell. But regardless, Sheffield Wednesday will be in the playoffs. Gary Hooper has had a big say in that. And what an atmosphere we have now. We're on our way back. Here's the cry. They've been chanting that pretty much all season long. Will it come true? Well, we'll have to wait until the end of May. It's been a long, arduous journey after their relegation from the Premier League. But they are making big strides under Carlos Cavalial. And the chairman has to take his fair share of the credit as well, Deshpon Chansiri, who's put his money where his mouth is. Here's Kadeem Harris for Cardiff, and that will bobble wide. And Hooper will definitely be claiming that second goal. Well, this gives a better indication. It is going in, but Peltier comes flying in. Zhao was there as well. It's enough to seal Wednesday's place in the top six. It's all over for Cardiff City, unless they can conjure up what would be a pretty spectacular, unbelievable last 13 minutes. Newu's flick, Zhao's offside. Well, Cardiff City fans who've made the long journey. It will be an even longer trek back. Such a shame that David Marshall was punished in the manner that he was. A player who has been such a rock for them, and perhaps if it wasn't for him they wouldn't even be in this position. I'm sure he'll be the first to accept his part of the blame in Wednesday's second goal. It's Hooper, it's Zhao, it's Whittingham's touch. Zhao again, Bannon. Newuyu trying to barrel his way through. And it's Malone who comes away with it. The pass is too short. Wednesday supporters can really enjoy the final 12 minutes. Kieran Lee spinning away from the challenge of O'Keefe. And again, just for good measure. Lopez. You can feel the relief. It's completely gone now. The tension that was there before, it has evaporated. There is Lee Bullen, Wednesday's first-team coach, who led Sheffield Wednesday to playoff final glory in Cardiff a few years back. One of the great days in Sheffield Wednesday's recent history. It will mean a lot to him to see Wednesday get to a playoff final in the league above. Wednesday throw, which Barry Bannon will take. Here's Newuyu. Oh dear. Not even the corner flag was in trouble there. Well, Jeremy Allan, who's had to bide his time to get a piece of the action here, will come on now. And Daniel Padil is the one to make way. So Jeremy Allan will slot quite comfortably into that back four. Former Manchester City player, Jeremy Allan, and Daniel Padil. Another player who's had a fine season. It's a standing ovation too. Great place to play football when things are going well. And Wednesday followers will know it has been difficult for them in recent years. It hasn't always been easy to play here. Many managers have tried to fathom out why. But when it's going good, it's really good. Whittingham. Dean Harris unable to keep it. Cardiff look finished now. Any energy and enthusiasm they once had seems to have disappeared. Kweli Manga. Now Peltier. There's Lopez. Zhao. Hooper. Well, the intended target was Barry Bannon. Here's Amiobi trying to weave his way through. Kadeem Harris trying to get on the outside of Hunt. Blocked by Kieran Lee. Incidentally, we have tried to check with the officials down pitch side as to who was credited. with the second Sheffield Wednesday goal, and nobody seems to be quite sure.
No exit via lessons lane after the game. Please exit over the bridge or Penistone Road. Thank you.
8 minutes left. Whittingham's corner. And it's Hooper back there. A lovely cushion header into Bannon, and he's got it back. Bannon once more. Looking for the run of Zhao, who starts sprinting through the middle now. And Marshall thought about coming, he's retreating to his line! And Marshall with the save. Well, he did well, Marshall. He got caught in two minds at first. Decided to get back to his goal line. And a strong left arm keeps it to 2-0. Makes amends of sorts after his earlier error. Sheffield Wednesday have now scored 41 goals at home this season. They were the lowest scorers at home last season, scoring just 16. Niu rolling it through for Kieran Lee. Marshall able to get there. In Carlos Cavalial's own words, Sheffield Wednesday are outsiders for promotion. It'll be a force to be reckoned with. I don't think anybody will fancy meeting them in the playoffs. Especially when they can draw on support what they've had today. But it's a first season in English football. No matter what happens, it will be for that man there. Carlos had a dream. Is one of the chants they've come up with this season. Well, that dream is very much still alive for Sheffield Wednesday. There's Lucas Zhao, who's down. Well, the sun doesn't come out too often up north, so much so that certain individuals are determined to make the most of it. And Lucas Zhao being attended to here. As we head towards the last 5 minutes of the game. And the man coming on is the man who recently won the Goal of the Season award, Marco Matthias, which was a very special goal indeed at Leeds earlier in the season. If you remember the Paul Gascoigne goal against Scotland at Wembley, very similar to that. It was a terrific strike. And Marco Matthias replacing his Portuguese compatriot. As Lucas Zhao makes the long walk round the edge of the pitch. Certainly his best years are in front of him, Lucas Zhao. He's only 22, he'll only get better, you feel. And good money for him. Here's Niu. Bannon. Breaks kindly here for Niu. Kieran Lee. Matthias. Oh, he's done really well until Connolly got in the way of the shot. Lopez. A lovely ball around the corner from Hooper. Here's Jack Hunt. Stands up the cross and turned behind, but only just by Peltier. Might well have put the ball into his own net again there. Hunt does ever so well to stand up this cross to the far post. And eventually nodded behind for the corner by Lee Peltier. Bannon drives it in. Amiobi was back there. And tugged at by Ati Niu. You might recall last season scored a late equaliser at Watford, Ati Niu, which prevented them from winning the title. Bournemouth went on and did it. think he'll be welcomed to Hertfordshire anytime soon. Happy New Year. Here's Hooper. Bannon uses the ball so well whenever he gets it. No wonder he's back in the Scotland fold. Barry Bannon. He has had an outstanding season. And, arguably Wednesday's best signing of the season. That could be debated all night, of course. There are one or two others that have shone, none more so than Fernando Forestieri, but Barry Bannon would certainly be up there. There's Jeremy Allan. Oh no, Keefe has come away with it and gone to ground. Into the last 2 minutes we go. Well, in many people's eyes, a 4-point cushion with 2 to play was perhaps a stretch too far anyway. Well, the opportunity has been and gone now for Cardiff. Only 6 minutes added on, we're hearing. Peter Whittingham and Craig Noon are the 2 men over this. It's Whittingham, it's a good strike. Lovely height on it. Westwood scrambling across to his left. Oh, it's very close from Peter Whittingham. Up and over the wall, but wide. Will end in disappointment for Cardiff's longest-serving player. Matthias getting it back from Hooper. He'll have a crack. He was claiming a deflection, but unsuccessfully. And there is confirmation of the 6 minutes added on. Here's Whittingham. Not seen enough of him today on the ball, Peter Whittingham. Peltier. Now Connolly. Noon's cross. And Lees, who's been impeccable, able to head away. In fact, the entire Wednesday back line have had a near faultless match. Kadeem Harris. Whittingham shaking off the challenge of Matthias. Malone. Amiobi. He's not really had the impact Russell Slade would have hoped for after that early departure, Anthony Pilkington. But you have to give credit to Sheffield Wednesday because they've not really given Cardiff any hint of a sniff in this game. Up until the first goal, I'm sure Russell Slade was fairly satisfied. He wanted to stay in the game for as long as possible, but all of a sudden it was taken away from his team as Hooper chases this down and is caught offside. Hunt. Malone. Kweli Manga. Peltier tossing it long for Amiobi. Bannon calm as you like. O'Keefe. Kieran Lee still full of running, full of tenacity. Kadeem Harris giving Jack Hunt something to think about. The only question that now remains as to who Sheffield Wednesday will play in those end-of-season playoffs. We don't know who's going up automatically yet. It will be one of Middlesbrough, Burnley or Brighton. People talk about teams who miss out on the top two and their mentality of suddenly being forced into the playoffs. This is Hooper! That's put the seal on it! Well, they've done it in style now. Gary Hooper involved in all three goals. A bit of a question over the second one, whether it was actually his. No doubt about that one. Route one from the boot of Westwood, off the head of Atinuiu and dinked over Marshall by Gary Hooper. Sheffield Wednesday 3, Cardiff City 0. A draw would have done it, but Wednesday have done it with a win. And how? He'll be claiming a hat-trick, make no mistake. No wonder he's all smiles, Gary Hooper. No wonder that lot are all smiles. The fans have been asked to stay off the pitch at the end. Whether they'll adhere to that message from the club remains to be seen, but the players will want to come out again, no doubt. Sheffield Wednesday have booked their place in the playoffs.